Hello, and welcome back to Storyline Recapped. Today, I'm going to explain a mystery drama film from 2021, called Old. Spoilers ahead, watch out and enjoy. With high expectations of expenditure on the ideal tropical occasion and fortified family bonds, the exhausted wedded couple, Guy and Priska, show up at an extravagant, dubiously reasonable retreat they saw online alongside their children, 6-year-old Trent and 11-year-old Maddox. All things considered, a short visit to the little island's mysterious private ocean side will before long get underway a progression of strange, rationale-opposing psychosomatic changes, influencing every one of the extraordinary visitors of the confined refuge. In the wake of subsiding into their rooms, Trent gets to know a youngster named Idlib and they do exercises like asking other retreat supporters what their names and occupations are, and Idlib shows Trent an exceptional code to translate messages. In the meantime, Guy and Priska talk about that this is only one final excursion they needed to give the children before they separate, which is exacerbated because Priska is experiencing stomach growth. At breakfast, a moderately aged specialist named Charles is sitting with his more youthful vain spouse Krista, girl Kara and his mom Agnes. Close by, a lady named Patricia is having an epileptic seizure, which Charles assists with while her better half Jaren additionally attempts to help. Trent likewise spots Idlib, as they made arrangements to hang out again that day, yet the retreat chief makes him leave the region. The Kappas, in addition to Charles and his family, all board a van that takes more time to a private ocean side. There, Maddox perceives a rapper, mid-size sedan/genuine named Brendan Smith, who was prior seen with a female sidekick who went thin plunging. The children all play together while the grown-ups relax on the sand. The young ladies observe old dolls covered in the sand, left behind by different children. Trent swims by a cavern when he finds the body of Brendan's sidekick, obviously having suffocated. The grown-ups inspect the body, while Brendan is experiencing nosebleeds and is similarly paralyzed at the disclosure. Charles associates Brendan with treachery, however, he keeps up with that the lady just took a dip and never returned. Not long later, Agnes starts to miss the mark regarding breath before she likewise passes on. Jaren and Patricia show up at the ocean side too, however, the individuals who brought them are now gone. The children additionally begin to encounter something bizarre. Brendan clears up for the grown-ups that the lady he was with had different sclerosis while he has hemophilia, which makes sense for his steady nosebleeds. Jaren and Patricia converse with Trent and Maddox, who have out of nowhere matured up into alongside Kara. A few endeavors are made to leave the ocean side, by going through the stones that are nearby off the ocean side from an external perspective, yet every one of the grown-ups that endeavor to go through feeling a beating in their minds before they shut down and wind up back near the ocean. They additionally notice surprising things, similar to when Charles assaults Brendan with a blade, the cut imprint mends in practically no time. Not long later, Brendan observes that the dead body of the lady he was with is now completely decayed to only bones in no time, causing them to understand that there is something time-related happening on the ocean front. Abruptly, cancer in Priska's stomach begins to cause her aggravation and pain. The grown-ups attempt to help her, with them looking about for cancer right away and portraying it as the size of a golf ball. They continue to do medical procedures to eliminate cancer, which has now developed to the size of a melon. The cut in Priska's stomach mends quickly after the method. Trent and Kara age up considerably more into youngsters. The grown-ups set themselves up for the birth, which happens rather rapidly, yet the child bites the dust following a moment because of the absence of consideration. Different grown-ups begin to give more noticeable indications of maturing, however, Crystal takes the interaction a lot harder than the others. Charles begins to flip out to schizophrenia, driving him to cut Brendan ridiculously. The others remove his weapon while attempting to think of a substitute arrangement of departure. Realizing they can't go through the stones, Jaren endeavors to swim to make sense of a way. While this occurs, Trent and Maddox go over a journal left by a past guest, with names and ailments recorded. They likewise notice what resembles individuals somewhere out there noticing them. Maddox converses with Priska about if she and Guy are separating. Priska concedes that she was seeing another man. Even though Priska attempts to account for herself, Maddox is furious with her. She goes out to the ocean side and endeavors to be solid and find an exit plan herself, however, she observes Jaren's body, clearly having gone oblivious and suffocated. After seeing his body, Patricia experiences a deadly seizure. Kara then frantically attempts to make sense of a way and fires ascending the stones to attempt to come to the top, yet before she can make it sufficiently high, she also passes out and tumbles to her demise, leaving Trent crushed. It is currently evening time. Charles has flown off the handle while Crystal is additionally freaking out at her quick maturing and declining actual state, she has grown a calcium bump on her back. The fellow is likewise losing his vision, and Priska is discernibly grayer. Fellow and Priska talk about the other man in Priska's life, with Guy conceding he had some awareness of him and wanted that he did more to keep their marriage working. However, he additionally takes note that the other person is a washout and that she merits somebody better. Charles then, at that point, begins to go after Guy and Priska, while Trent and Maddox are gone after by Crystal when they attempt to check her out. She follows them into the cavern and her body becomes turned and distorted to horrendous points before she bites the dust there. Priska then slices Charles with a corroded blade, causing a disease that quickly spreads through his body and kills him. The Kappas then, at that point, assemble around the open-air fire in the ocean side. The now older Guy is struggling with talking and recollecting things. However, he confesses to Priska that he cherishes her not long before he kicks the bucket. Priska then remains standing briefly, however implodes and passes on close by while the two children grieve their folks. Toward the beginning of the day, Trent and Maddox are presently in their 50s. Trent raises a code that Idlib gave him, which he unraveled and sorted out signifies my uncle could do without the coral. The kin spots a coral reef close by and understand that it should be out. The two swim out there, yet Maddox's clothing stalls out on the coral. Whenever the two don't re-emerge, Theo, the van driver that carried the families to the ocean side, reports to his supervisors, from his perception post on a bluff sitting above the ocean side, that all individuals from preliminary 73 have died. Whenever Theo drives back to the hotel and a lab region, it is then uncovered that the retreat is a front for a clinical examination group named Warren & Warren that baits individuals with ailments to the ocean side to perform clinical preliminaries for life-saving medications, given to them in the mixed drink served after showing up. They know that the heavenly ocean side, potentially controlled by the otherworldly coral, speeds up the maturing system, so they lessen the preliminaries to an entire day for better outcomes. They accept they relieved Patricia's epilepsy since she didn't have a seizure for 8 hours, which is identical to around 16 years near the ocean. The hotel director and others endeavor to poach their most recent casualties until they are come by Trent and Maddox, who figured out how to liberate themselves from the coral. Trent observes a man he addressed when he was as yet a child, realizing the man is a cop. He hands the man the diary found near the ocean, which subtleties the names of many missing individuals and their ailments. Idlib comes out and perceives Trent even as a grown-up. Trent and Maddox uncover reality to everybody while all the retreat staff acknowledges they are in a bad way. Specialists come to capture all the hotel representatives, while in the last scene, the official removes Trent and Maddox by helicopter from the island to be with their auntie, who isn't prepared to see that her niece and nephew are now mature grown-ups. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and hit the like button to help the channel out. See ya.